Good morning. Don't mind the mess. We are T-minus 2 weeks, almost to the day, 2 weeks until we move. And it is one of these, like, we're not moving from here just down the street, or, the house is going from one end of the country to the other end of the country. So it's taking a lot, because we've had to thin it out, right? A lot of stuff we just don't want to take, a lot of stuff we don't want to move, a lot of stuff is anything that we haven't touched or opened a box or a tote or something, anything we haven't seen or moved or used. And, 3 houses ago, it's not coming. So it's all been getting thinned out. So that's kind of what we're in the middle of today. Today is the garage day. The house has already been pretty much been done, thinned out and everything like that. But the garage is the day. And unfortunately, it's going to fall, not unfortunately, but it's going to fall on me, because most of this mess is mine. What can I do? It's going to be a good move. We're excited. We are excited. It's, we're going from Ontario to Alberta. So for the Americans that really don't know the provinces, it would be like going from, Scranton, Pennsylvania to Butte, Montana. That's how far the distance-wise would be. So it's a big move. It's a big move. And we're doing it all. We don't have a moving company. We don't have anything like that. The Dar and the kids and me when I'm home on the weekends. But we're all trying our best to do it on our own, just to keep the expenses down. It's not cheap. We did quote, to move from where we are here to where we're going to. It was, give or take, ballpark, about $9,000. And I'm like, fuck no. I own a truck. I can get the trailer and even burn the fuel, and I'm still gonna come in like a third of that, maybe even a quarter of that. So that's what's going on today. But I'm gonna touch on something here. I'm gonna talk about something here. And it's something I saw 2 weeks ago and that I've kind of grabbed hold of and I've been running with. What do I want to say? She doesn't want to stay lit. I think my humidor, my moisture is a little too high. I looked at it this morning. It was 74. Anyway, give or take about 2 weeks ago, Thor put out a video, and it was doing a gauntlet challenge. And it wasn't a gauntlet challenge. It was a gauntlet workout, okay? And it was a set of exercises that you do to failure. So you'll do one set of certain things to failure. Take a quick couple of second break, move on to the next one to failure. When you've done all 5, you take a 1 minute break, and then you do them all again, and you do it 3 times. And each time you do it, you do each exercise to failure. So I was watching this video and I'm going, you know what? Okay, I need to do something. Okay, I need to do something, because here's this old guy. Shot at Thor. He's only 48. I'm 54. I'll be 55 this year. So, but here's this guy, and he's doing this, and he's doing it well, because I've been following as he's been putting out his videos. And he just put out a video the other day showing him in the gym actually doing them to completion. And I'm looking at that going, fuck no, I can't do that. But there are things there that I can do physically, right? Physically I can do. And so from the time of 2 weeks ago, and I weighed myself when I first started, right? Now a lot of this is not necessarily weight loss. I'm not looking to shed pounds, okay? I'm looking to convert to muscle mass, okay? To kind of build back up to where I was when I was younger. It's been about 12 years since I've been in a gym, right? And when I was in the gym, I was serious about it, and I took it very seriously, and I was able to accomplish something, some good feats. I was in good physical shape. And the reason I had to do that back then was because I was having certain physical ailments, and I needed to move and build other muscles to compensate for things that were failing, right? The main one for me is my back. I require a couple of surgeries on my back. Unfortunately, at my age right now, for me to take those surgeries, it would put me out of business. I'd be out of business for almost a year on my back, recovering, recuperating, whatnot. And I'm not in a position to do that. So I've got to build other muscles to compensate for the weaknesses that I have in my back. I've also got a couple other ailments. You know, I need a knee replacement, I need a hip replacement. But all of that can be worked around, right? Now the problem with the knees and the hips is at 54, they don't want to do it yet, because if they do it at 54, they're going to be doing it again at 64. And they don't want to do that, right? That's expensive. And it's on them. I don't pay for that being a Canadian, right? So they don't just throw hip replacements and knee replacements around because, you know, the province is picking up the bill for all of this. So they're like, okay, we're gonna have to put this off, or we need you to go as long as you possibly can until failure, basically, right? Until something gives out. So that's where I'm at with that. But it doesn't mean that I can't build other elements of my body to compensate for certain things like that. And that's what I've been doing. So I took what Thor did. Okay, now am I going hardcore like Thor? No. He has obviously spent, and you can tell by the look of him, you can tell by the way he talks, and right, he has for years been in the gym, and you can tell by the physique that at one point, he doesn't have it now, but at one point he was built pretty good. He was built like a brick shithouse. Now I'm not going to say that I was to that degree 12, 13 years ago, but I was okay, and I've just let it go. So do I want to get back to that? No. Do I want to be walking around like a Schwarzenegger? No. But do I want to convert again a little bit of weight mass to muscle mass? Absolutely. So what have I been doing? Well, I've been doing simple things. Now I did take what he did in his video, okay, and I had to consult a doctor, right? I had to consult a physiotherapist, right, because of certain things. And I did consult a really good friend of mine who's a physical trainer, and said, okay, this is what I want to do. Yes or no on these things, because I took all 5 of the things that the activities that Thor was doing, and they're going, okay. So the stepped, oh hell yeah, anybody can do that. And he had a really good example of doing it on the step of your truck. Right, so you can actually use the side step. I got a Cascadia, I've got a big side step on the passenger side, so doing the step up and down, no problem. You can do that on the road all day long. The push-ups, not a problem. Back can take that, knees can take that, hips can take that, all of that, push-ups, no problem. The incline press, pulling down, that was a bit of a problem, okay? That was a bit of a problem for the back. So they said, okay, and in combination with the sit-ups. The sit-ups I cannot do. The sit-ups are a massive, absolute massive no-no. Not only because of the back, but because of this. Here, I'll show you. No, I'm not dropping my drawers. If you look, right here, that hole there, that bulge right there, that's a hernia. Now that will be getting taken care of. But until it does, there's no sit-ups. But what the physical, the trainer and the physiotherapist came up with is the fact that, wait a minute, you're a truck driver and I do flatbed. Is there any way you can convert that? And I went, yeah. So what we do is with a flatbed trailer, anybody that knows flatbed trailers, they all have frames that run down the middle of the trailer, right? They're like big I-beams sort of coming down the middle of the trailer, one on either side, and then they're braced in the middle. So instead of doing sit-ups, okay, for which, or not even sit-ups, the way Thor shows you is their crunches. Instead of doing that, and instead of doing the incline, pull the weight down, basically what I can do and what I've been doing is I take my feet and I place them, right? I hold the side of the guard, the rub rail on the trailer. Take my feet and put them on the frame, right, underneath, so that I'm actually laying back like this, hovering over the ground. And then I can, as long as I keep my core straight, hips, back, shoulders straight, I can then pull myself up. So I'm doing, instead of pulling the down and pulling the weight up, I'm pulling the weight up. I'm using myself, my body weight, as the actual weight. So am I getting as much weight as, say, I could with an apparatus, with a piece of equipment? No, but am I doing the same thing? Pretty much, and I'm eliminating two things, because I'm actually strengthening my core for sit-ups like the crunches would do, and I'm strengthening my back, and I'm still getting the shoulders, the necks, the lats, and whatnot like that, and a little bit of the arms. So this was 2 weeks ago that I started this, and I actually was in his chat, and I went in and made a comment saying, "Oh man, you should make a challenge, right? Throw this out there and get everybody signed, get as many guys as you can signed up, and see who loses the most weight and who does the biggest transformations and blah 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 blah." And at first I thought he was going to go with it, and I'm kind of glad he didn't. He didn't go with it. So what he's been doing is he's just been making the videos and talking about it and showing what he's been doing. Great idea. So on top of that, let's see, I started, so it was give or take about 2 weeks ago. So what I did is I weighed myself. Now back in the winter time, I was hovering around the 217, 218 pound mark, which for me is, you know, not fantastic, but it's not bad. My natural walk around weight, like if I was just a normal guy carrying a normal body mass index, I should be anywhere between 200 and 205 pounds is where I should be. So I was at 217, 218. So I was carrying around a little extra weight. Most of it was basically from here down to here, right? Your donut, right? You're carrying around your donut. So that was 218. But then, I don't know, life, stress, but there's no excuse. No excuse, whatever. I let it go. I just stopped doing everything and whatever. And when I weighed myself at the beginning of this 2.5 weeks ago, I was 229, right? And it was 229.8. So you might as well say 230, right? 230 pounds. Now I'm 6'2" at 230. So I'm still carrying it, but I'm noticing that I'm getting tired. I'm doing flatbed work. I'm strapping and unstrapping 4 times a day. I'm doing 2 complete loads. And I found as soon as the weather started to change, as soon as we started to get warm, I'd go out and strap a load, I'd get back into the truck and I'm spent. Now I gotta drive and then go down and offload that trailer, get out in this heat again, and then I'm spent again. By the time the end of the day came, I was useless, absolutely useless. I was like, just dying. Now also, some of that has to do with these. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself for a minute. This is a big part of it, and I know that. My consumption of these is off the charts ridiculous, okay? And when I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculous. Like every one of these torpedoes that I smoke, depending on the size, but the ones that I smoke, the Monte Cristos, every single one of these things that you smoke, nicotine-wise, is give or take equivalent to a pack of mild cigarettes, right? So if you smoke like a Camel's Mild, so you smoke an entire pack of cigarettes in a day, I smoke that in one of these with nicotine. Well, I'm up to about 4, sometimes 5 of these a day. Now that's ridiculous. There's enough nicotine running through my system right now that I could probably to give a blood transfusion and keep 16 other smokers happy right now. So this is a problem, and it's going to be rectified as well. But what I've been doing for 2 weeks is I've been doing these challenges. And I've been doing them to failure. Now, am I tired? Yes. Is it taking a toll on me? Yes. But is it making a difference? Yes. Here's the differences. Okay. 229.8, let's say 230. Okay. That was, I'm going to say, I think it was about 12, 13. Let's say 12, I say 2 weeks, but say 13 days ago, whatever the hell it was. 230 pounds. Okay. So I weighed myself this morning. Okay. I'm now at 219. Now in 2 weeks, I've dropped almost 10 pounds doing this. Now part of this as well is my diet. That's where I let myself go. It wasn't so much the physical, it was the diet, all right? The chips, the food, a lot of the pasta, a lot of the starchy foods, a lot of potatoes, a lot of the crap that my body just doesn't need, we eliminated 2 weeks ago. So now it is a lot of meat, well, every meal there's meat, right? So there's pork, steak, lean meat, chicken. I want to say fish, but man, I don't eat fish. I cannot get my head around. I know, guys, I know you're sitting there going, wow, fucking fish is probably the best one for you. It's high in protein and the fish oils and blah, 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 blah. I cannot eat fish. I don't care what you do, how you dress it up. I don't give a fuck if you, whatever. I can't eat fish. It's just, it can't be done. So between the steak, the pork, the chicken, a little bit of roughage, like a little bit of salad, not bad. I can do that. But I'm staying away from potatoes. I'm staying away from rice. I'm staying away from pastas. Anything big and bulky and starchy. Bread, any kind of bread. I noticed now that, I cheated the other day. Or actually yesterday I got home from work and I just buttered a piece of bread and ate it, and within 25 minutes I was bloated. The bread just bloated me and I was uncomfortable. And so the bread, all of that kind of shit is out. The other thing I've knocked out is the sugar. Okay, or I've done my best. I'm not going to say that I'm not doing this right to the T, but I've knocked out the sugar. So all the chocolate bars, right, that I have in my truck at all times, gone. The Doritos, the snacks, all the crap is gone. And that has made a huge difference. Now, the only thing that I cannot give up the sugar on is my coffee. But I've been able to reduce it, right? I drink this a double, so 2 sugars and 2 creams. So now I'm down to, I still got 2 creams, but now I'm down to like half a sugar, half a teaspoon of sugar. Do I necessarily like the taste of the coffee? Not really, but I'm getting accustomed to it, and I can drink it. Just what I need, right? Let's add some caffeine on top of the fucking 17,000 grams of nicotine. So now I'm at 219, right? And this is where I've noticed the difference, okay? And I haven't done it hardcore. I have not gone hardcore. I've done these exercises every single day to failure. I've done all the sets with a 1 minute break, drink some water, get a little, not a lot, get a little bit of water back into me, and then but I've noticed the difference, and this is where I've noticed the difference, okay? First of all, now don't get me wrong, I'm not about to rip my shirt off and I'm not about to show anything like that. But I am trimmed out, okay? Like I'm not sucking that in. I've still got a little bit, like I've got this here, but I don't have that back there. That's gone. That big thing back there is gone. This is trimming out. I've noticed that the chest is tightening up. It's coming back. Like the muscles are there, they were just covered in a little bit of fat, right? But the chest is coming back. But where I'm noticing the biggest difference is up here, right? Up here. These are starting to come back. And these on both sides here. And the chest is starting to come back. And the arms are starting to come back. Now, I don't have huge arms by any means, but it's starting to come back. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not pounding fucking arm curls. I'm not pounding, I'm not doing any of that shit. All I'm doing is, it takes me about 12 to 13 minutes to do what I have to do every day. So 12 to 13 minutes a day, do it, get it out of the way, get tired, be a little sore, and carry on. But just doing that as a truck driver in my truck, and that's the other thing, right? I'm doing this on the road, in the truck. So all of these that are going, oh yeah, well guys are doing, you need a gym, you need this. Bullshit, you don't. Everything that I'm doing here to completion and finishing is all being done in the truck on the road. I'm not at home, I'm not in a gym. Now I'm not brave enough. I've stuck my face out there and done a lot of goofy shit. At one point I was blind, I had no eyesight. I still got no fucking teeth. Blah, 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 blah. And I am talking, but I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to show me working out. That's just not going to happen. But I will give you the results, and I'll be 100% honest about it, because I have no reason to lie to you, because I'd just be lying to myself. And this is for me. It's not for you. What I'm hoping to do here is just maybe pass this along, that if you're in this position, you're a 50-plus-year-old guy, you're starting to slow down. Your metabolism is slowing down, and certain things aren't working like they used to. Well, you know what? You can still do this, and you can still be active, and you can still be healthy. I have to take care of the cigars. I'm probably going to knock down the caffeine even just a little bit more. The Dr. Peppers are down to 1 can of Dr. Pepper a day, whereas I was at 4, usually about 3 or 4. So we're down to 1. And do I want to give that up completely? Probably not. I just enjoy. I got to give myself something, right? So that is where I stand with that. Diet has been the most important thing for me. I'm not hungry. I'm noticing as well, I'm also not hungry at weird hours during the day. I can eat once a day. I have my 1 meal a day, and that is it. And I can drink water throughout the day, a little bit of juice, and I don't have to snack. And I'm noticing that I'm eating my meal, and then in the evenings after my meal, what I used to do is I used to, basically call Dar, say goodnight, and go to bed. Well, now I get the truck parked, I have my meal, now I go for a walk. I go for a walk around the yard. 2 lengths around our yard is give or take, probably if I had to guess it, I'd probably say it's about 1.5 miles. So I'm walking 1.5 miles, and I don't mean like I'm doing a soldier march. I'm not hoofing it. I'm just going for a walk. I'm just elevating my heart rate, and I'm elevating my blood pressure, and I'm just getting myself a little more active. Do that, come back to the truck, relax, fuck around on my phone, call Dar, say my goodnight, have a shower, whatever, and then go to bed. Subtle changes is all it's been. So I've lost, give or take, 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Now, to me, that I've noticed the difference. Getting in and out of the truck. 10 pounds. Take 10 pounds of butter and put them on a tray and pick up that 10 pounds of butter. You sit there and go, holy. People go, oh, it's only 10 pounds. But it's 10 pounds. Think about that. 10 pounds of butter. 10 blocks. And you take that and put it all over, strap it all over your body. You'll notice that. 10 pounds, I've noticed, getting in and the biggest one's getting in and out of the truck. Getting up and down off the trailer. Big one right there. I'd like to get down now. I don't think I'm ever going to see 200 pounds, right? It's just probably not going to happen. But if I can get myself down to say 210, huge achievement. That's where I would like to be, and then maintain it, right? It's not just getting down there and then going, woohoo, I made it, and then going, okay, and then throwing, grabbing the next bag of Doritos that comes walking by. So that's where that's at. I'm absolutely thrilled with it, but more importantly is you guys can do this. If you can look at a guy like me who is 54 years old, I've got physical ailments coming out of my ass, and I'm still able to do this without hurting myself or inflicting any more damage to the areas that I've got hurt, and I can manage to do this, then anybody can do it. And that's what I'm trying to get to you. Anybody can do it. Any of you can do this. If I can do it, believe me, any of you can do it. You don't have to go, say, to example, like Thor again, and go hardcore like he is. He's physically able to do that, and good on him. I'm not. Maybe you're not. You don't have to look, I know that there's probably people that were looking at that going, oh man, I wish I could do that. Well, you don't have, even he said it, you don't have to do it the way he's doing it. Right? Do what you can. Do the best you can. You don't have to do it exactly the way. If I did it the way he did it, I'd do probably get through the first set, do the second set, and I'd puke. Well, I'm not into puking. That's not where I want to go. So, that's where I'm at. Let's say I'm 218, 219 pounds. I got another 8 to lose. I want to get down to 210. If I can get below 210, even better. I'm gonna slowly show you guys the progression, and I might even show you some of the things next week because I'm at home right now. So next week I'll show you some of the meals because everything is prepared, right? I don't eat on the road. I don't eat at restaurants. And that was the other thing. I was stopping at McDonald's, eating cheeseburgers, blah. All that's gone, right? And all my meals are prepared here at home, and everything I take is on the road is made. So I know what's in it. There's no chemicals, no byproducts. Everything that's in these foods that I'm eating, I prepared myself, or Dar prepared for me. Simple as that. So that's where we're at. That's what I'm doing. Thanks to Thor. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate what you did. Your video came along at the right time in my life that I needed to see it. And it was just enough to give me a kick in the ass and go, okay, dickhead, like, let's fucking go. Like, you're 55, coming up 55 years old. Something's got to be done. Otherwise, because if I kept going at this rate, I'm going to be that, 65-year-old guy. Well, I won't be. I'll be retired before that. But I would be that 65-year-old guy sitting in the truck stop behind the seat, gut sitting on the steering wheel like this. Can't get out. Can't move. Get out. Go. Get out. Walk to the place. Go in, have a piss. Come back, and then I'm winded. Like that's not where I want to go with my life. That's not what I want. I've got way too much living to do, and I've got way too many things that I want to do with my wife and my family and shit like that. And I want to be able to enjoy them myself, and I want them to be able to enjoy that. I don't want to be that guy sitting there watching my family enjoy themselves, doing this, doing that, whatever, nature walks. And I don't want to be that guy. I want to be able to participate, and this is what I have to do to get myself to that level. That's what I'm doing. If you guys are interested, get on board. I suggest you go back and watch the video, the very first one that he put out, and then watch the progression of videos that I think he's put out 2. Go back and watch Thor. His channel is The Original Gangster. Go watch that. Okay? Go watch it. It's whether you like the guy or not, what he's doing is right. The way he's doing it is right. I sent that video to the physiotherapist and to the trainer, and both of them were like, man, he's nailing it. There's really not a lot that they would have tweaked for what he's doing. So what he's doing, if you can take that, adapt it to what you're doing for yourself and what you need physically, why don't you? Get it done. See you down the road. I hate this. You got to reach. I need a camera person.